Hi, Sally Bartolomei, white chick.
D. Gardner, black chick.
Welcome to our next D.A.R.R.E video, Dialogue Authentically about real racial experiences. And today we're going to talk about beauty.
Beauty and the differences between white chicks and black chicks.
Okay, let's check it. I didn't like my hair.
I didn't like mine. I don't know. I was too dark.
You look beautiful.
I was just too dark.
I think you look beautiful. You look great.
I don't know. We need to redo it. Let's do it again. I just don't look right. I don't like how the lighting look on my face.
How do I look?
You look fine. You look.
Are you
beautiful?
kidding me?
You look fine. I think my wrinkles show more.
My wrinkles
show more. You look fine.
So this is what we do for every single video. I look at myself, I see all my imperfections. Dee says I look fine. She really thinks I look beautiful. Dee looks at herself. She says, oh my gosh, I need more makeup. I need more of this. I say, you look beautiful. I love that red.
And I say, my face is too shiny.
And I say, you can see all my wrinkles.
Yes, very self-critical of ourselves.
Every time. So apparently, although there's some nuances, well, pretty powerful changes in how women of color see themselves in our dominant culture, what beauty is. That criticism of our beauty, especially as we age, is a universal, oppressive issue for women of all. I don't know if it's all cultures or it's just our culture. It's just the Western culture.
I know it's many cultures.
It is.
Okay.
So in this issue, while Dee and I kind of laugh every time we do the videotape that I think she looks beautiful, she thinks I look beautiful, we criticize ourselves and we see only our individual imperfections in ourselves. There are also some really significant layers of beauty messages that women of color are dealing with as well. I think we all deal with ageism, right? As you get older, you lose value as a woman. You lose your beauty as you age. So that's universal. But what are some differences? Like, what's the extra layer for a woman of color who wants to be accepted and wants to have her beauty acknowledged in our culture?
Well, one extra layer from a beauty standpoint is beauty, pretty means having straight, long hair. Beauty means having straight, long hair.
Women
Beauty
of color don't have straight hair.
Not majority. Beauty means being light-skinned, so the lighter the skin, the more acceptable and the prettier.
Right.
So we may not, at one point, it's changing a little bit now, but we may not even get the job because we wear a big afro, or because we wear braids, or because the male, wears braids. So they'll say that's not professional.
Right.
The afro is not professional. And that's how our hair is when we were born. So, well, it's curly, but for most of us, that we have that afro. So we go through trying to conform to the rules of what pretty really looks like
In this culture.
In this culture, yeah. Just as there's the magazines that's been touched up and photoshopped and things like that. When you look at the African American magazines, the women are larger, and so that's one thing. We do tend, as a person overall, be larger than Caucasians. So
tall, bone structure, weight-wise.
So needless to say, there are positives, there are pros, and there are cons to that. There are many things that as African Americans we don't go through as much as Caucasians.
Like
Some of
what?
that's changing. Well, eating disorders. You know, as a psychotherapist, one of the things I learned when I, was in school and doing research papers and things like that is that African Americans cases of eating disorders are very, 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 very low.
Really?
Yes, because one of the things I've learned from having a lot of Caucasian friends is I notice how they beat themselves up and how I hear many of them say that when they were little growing up, their father or males in their family say, you're too fat, and they may be a size 5 or size 3, and they have that male, and then mom, and they may see mom in the mirror criticizing herself, and then
Recovering bulimic and compulsive overeater right here.
it would be hard for me to identify a friend that doesn't have a history of either bulimia or anorexia. A Caucasian. It would be hard for me to find an African American friend or family that does have a history of eating disorder and bulimia. Yeah. So that's kind of one of the pros.
So what do you think that's about? Is it because in your culture and among people of color, there isn't as negative a judgment about being larger? Or what do you think it's about?
Well, one thing is that it stems from Africa. We came from Africa. So in a lot of the African cultures, the larger, the healthier.
Right.
Large means healthy.
It's true.
And it's it's considered attractive.
Right.
And so we came from over there, and so from a body standpoint, like you just mentioned, we're larger. And so the men tend to, as much as we don't like to admit, and that is pretty controversial, the men prefer, they'll say, I don't want the skin or bones, or I don't want the flat butt, I want curves. There are very few African American men that says, I like curves, I want curves, she has to have curves, or even larger. Some of them will say, if you're anything below 200 pounds or 250 pounds, you're too small for me. I've heard many African American men
really
say that.
Wow.
And so, or at least 200 maybe.
Yeah.
But so those are some pros. When it comes to body image, you don't hear us criticize ourselves as much about that. And I didn't grow up with a parent, and we don't grow up with, we might say something like, I need to lose weight, but our self-esteem is not attached to that.
My self-esteem was attached to it for years and years and years.
For example, right now, I would like to go down at least one size, maybe 2, but I'm not crushed. Just because I don't like my size, and I've communicated this, I know, to some clients and to friends, just because I want to go down a couple of sizes or just because I want to lose weight doesn't mean I don't love my body. Those are two different things.
Yeah, that's different for me. Sally Bartamioli, white chick.
D. Gardner, black chick.
Please send your comments. Thank you for watching our D.A.R.R.E video on YouTube, Dialogue Authentically about Real Racial Experiences.
And remember to check the like button if you like this information. Check the like button if you don't like this information. And be sure to leave that comment, as Sally mentioned, and hit that subscribe button. You could get an instant notification with each video that we post.
Thank you.